Opportunity to do it outside. I really encourage everyone to do so as well, because it just feels good to have your bare feet on the grass. But of course, yogi's choice. So do whatever you want. Today the session is mainly about having a more healthy shoulders and back, and breathing. Because during the past week, I got a lot of requests from you guys asking how the breathing actually works and how they could improve their sitting and standing during these corona times. So I'm going to stress that today. If there are any questions, try to ask them. I'm not sure if I will be able to hear them, but I'll do my best. Okay, so we're gonna start same as last week in Tadasana, so in mountain pose. Just start off by standing with your feet hip-width apart. Make sure that you feel your entire feet. Wiggle a little to really feel where you're standing, whether it's on a mat or in your living room or on your bed. It's possible to do this on your bed as well, so it would be cool. So really try to feel it, and if you're able to do that, then stretch your toes. Not a lot of people are able to do that, but some are. Once you're there, try to lift your kneecaps. If it's not possible to lift those, you can also tighten your upper legs. And then once you do that, you try to bring down your sacrum. Yeah, to make sure that you're not standing like this, but really go all the way flat. Yeah, and then you're in a good mountain pose. Now when it comes to breathing, this first exercise is really going to focus on that. When it comes to breathing in yoga, it's important that your exercise is embedded in the breathing. This means that when I say breathe in, you first start breathing in, you then do the exercise, and the exercise stops before the breathing stops. So the breathing entirety is longer than the exercise. Yeah. Also, after every inhale, you do what we call an adem stop. So you kind of stop your breath for 1 or 2 seconds if possible, and then you breathe out. That encourages the fact that you really blow out the bad energies, to make sure that your body stays clean and healthy. Okay, so we're gonna try that. First off, you can unmute their microphone, please. Excuse me?
Can everyone mute their microphones? There's too much noise.
Oh yeah, please mute everyone. You can get on your camera if you want to, but please mute the microphones. Okay, we can continue? Right. Yeah, so first things first, really try to focus on the shoulders. What we're gonna do is you're gonna inhale, and after your inhalation has started, you're gonna put your shoulders all the way up as far as you can, really push them against your ears, hold them, and then breathe out. Once again, breathe in, push them to your ears, really force those shoulders, stress them, and then relax. Breathe in, and breathe out. I already don't need my scarf anymore. You're gonna see it better as well if I don't use this. So you breathe in, and out. In, out. In, out. And also, when you do that with your shoulders, try to make sure that you really open up your chest so that your shoulder blades are trying to touch each other. So you go like this, and then you lift. So that your chest is really open, a bit like a puppet. So let's do that again. One more time. Okay. Next is, we're gonna keep standing in this Tadasana pose. If it becomes hard for you, if you're not able to stand for a longer period of time, you can also use a chair and do these exercises while seated. They're also great to do at the office, because at a point we're gonna be able to go back to the office, so there you can do these exercises as well. Next thing is we're gonna breathe in. We're gonna stretch our arms, make them really horizontal. Focus on the shoulders, so open up the chest again here. You can do that by first bringing your arms further behind you, so you can really feel your chest opening, and then you bring your arms back, but don't lose the feeling in the chest. When you breathe out, you bring your hands to your heart, and then you stop your breath. And during your stop, you're gonna clench your hands in your neck and hang on your neck, but don't force it. Don't force anything. Just crawl a bit with the neck to make it longer. And then when you feel that you have the urge to breathe in, you breathe in very long and you stretch out as if you would after a very good night of sleep. So stretch, stretch, stretch. Try to really feel the stretch in your legs up until your arms, and then you breathe out. Okay? And we're gonna do that with a real focus on your breath. You know the movements, they're easy movements, but focus on breathing. Don't stress out about where you should feel your breath, or don't try to force anything. Just try to look at what your body is doing and try to really observe your breathing in and your breathing out. So you breathe in and out. You stop. And you breathe in and out. We're going to do that again. We breathe in and out. You stop. And you breathe in and stretch. Try to also stretch your fingers, spread them as far apart as you can, and then you breathe out. Again, breathe in, out, stop, breathe in, and out. In again. Try to make it a flow. Out. Stop. In. And out. Try not to think too much. If you miss an exercise, it's okay. You can get back in track. Out. Stop. In and out. In, out, stop. In and out. One more time. In, out, stop, and in, and out. Okay? Shake your shoulders. get a little freaky. It's morning, so you can. Don't get all too distracted by Mr. Bagel. Then go into a wide stance. Don't make it too wide. Don't stress it too much, but just a comfortable wide stance. And when you do that, try to focus on the outside of your feet. So really try to push the outside of your feet into the floor. Really push it. To emphasize it, you can lift your inner feet to really stress how you're standing here. Yeah? And then you put your entire feet on the floor. If it feels too small for you, widen up. If it feels too wide, or if your body doesn't allow you to go wider, then keep them hip width apart. Okay? Focus here are not the legs. Focus is going to be your spinal cord. So really just stand in a comfortable position, but try to widen if it's possible. When you do a wider stance, try not to do this. So your body is going to want to do this or that. Try to again focus on pushing your sacrum down. It's important that you don't give any stress to the hips, because otherwise you might hurt yourself. So you're in a wide stance. Let's do this. And then you're going to breathe in. And when you breathe out, you're going to do a little twist. And when you do the twist, you're going to bring your hands, your one hand behind you and the other hand to the other side, as if you would hug yourself. When you're here, you're going to breathe in, lift your chest. And when you breathe out, you're going to try to twist further. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, twist. Breathe in, lift. And breathe out, twist. Once you feel that you're as far as you can go without hurting yourself, stay here and breathe once in and out. On your next inhale, you're going to come back to center. You're going to lift your arms again, and we're going to take it to the other side on an exhale. And here again, breathing in, lift, breathing out, twist. In, lift, out, twist. Once you have it, try to have one good in and exhale. And on the next inhale, you're going to come back to center. And exhale. Okay? We're going to do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. And then keep it where you're at for one full breath cycle. And on an inhale, you come back. And on an exhale, you take it to the other side. Here again, try to focus on lowering the shoulders, clenching the shoulder blades to really lengthen your neck as much as possible. So you inhale, lift, you exhale, twist. Inhale, lift, exhale, twist. And one cycle of breath. And on the next inhale, you come back to center. You come all the way back. Come back with your feet hip width apart. Shake a bit loose. On an inhale, stretch it out to compensate for the twists you have been doing. really stretch. You can clench your hands if you want to and really go as far as you can go. Even stand on the tips of your toes if possible. If you can, close your eyes. And on the exhale, let everything go. Since you're at home, you can really make noise on the exhale. They call it a lion's breath, but really go. No one is looking anyway, so we're gonna do that again. Inhale. When you feel the exhale, let it float. Okay. We are now going to emphasize the spinal twist. To do that, we're gonna again have the wider stance. Again, really make sure that your feet are in the outer sides of your feet are really pushed into the floor, as if there's an energy coming from your hips all the way down. And then you put your feet down. On an inhale, we are now going to stretch, but on the exhale, we're gonna come all the way down. Before you do that, it's really important that you listen to your own body. Please, I do not want anyone hurting themselves. So if you're not able to touch the floor without moving your legs, because it's not okay if you're gonna go like this. You really need to keep your legs in the same position and go down like this. If it's not possible, take a book or a Be Better or 2 Be Betters or even 3 and put your hands on those. Because if you don't, and if you overstretch your back and your hips, you're gonna feel it all day, which is not a good feeling. Yoga is about making sure that you balance and that you really find who you truly are and that you don't lie to yourself. It's okay that you are not able to do certain things yet. With some practice, you're gonna get there, I promise. So you're gonna breathe in, stretch it out, really stretch. And then when you breathe out, be careful on the hips and put your hands where it's comfortable. If you don't have a book or not a Be Better or anything which can lift you, you can also put your hands on your kneecaps. It's the same thing, okay? If you're here or if you're anywhere you want to be, you put one of your hands, preferably the left one, you place it in the middle of your feet, the middle between your feet, and then as if you would have a bow and arrow, on an inhale, you're gonna pull your bow and really stretch all the way up. If you're able to, you can look at your hand. If you're not able to do that, really just look in front of you. Don't stretch your neck. When you exhale, you come back. You shift hands, and on the next inhale, you take it on to the other side. You exhale, you come back. We're gonna do it one more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Place both of your hands first on your supports or on the floor. Then place your hands in your hips and then come slowly up, with your neck being the last thing you come up with. Okay? And we're gonna come back to the initial position. Normally your body already feels a bit more energized. We're gonna do one more little focus on sun salutation, since the sun is shining, so I can't let go. So let's try it. Normally for the people who did it last week, it's a bit similar. For the people who are new, no worries, I'm gonna take you through. Okay, so we're gonna start hip width apart again. On an inhale, we're gonna stretch out. And on an exhale, we're gonna fold. But when we fold, it's again the same comment as with the wide-legged stance. Try not to over push your body. So you breathe out, and then when you breathe in, you're gonna place both feet behind you. You're gonna come into a high plank. Breathe into this plank. And then for the people who are used to doing yoga, on the next inhale, you're gonna come into an upward facing dog. People who are not used to doing yoga and who already feel a bit worn down, on the exhale, you come all the way to your belly. And when you inhale, you do a small cobra. So you only lift the neck and the front edge of your rib cage. For the people who are here, on the exhale, we are going to meet in downward facing dog. The people who started from cobra are also going on the exhale into a downward facing dog. Don't worry about placing your feet all the way onto the floor. If it's not possible, it's not possible. Then just lift your heels or even stand like this. You're gonna see that in your back, nothing really changes. This is just an intensification of the former. So either go like this, or that. You're gonna inhale here big, and then with a lion's breath exhale. One more time. And on the next inhale, we're gonna come all the way front again, fold it. We're gonna exhale here. Let gravity do the work. Really try to stretch the back of your legs. And then on the upcoming inhale, we're gonna slowly rise up. There we go. Good. We're gonna do that again. Do it in your own pace. I'm gonna guide you through, but please do it on your own pace with your own breathing and your own body, of course. So we're gonna breathe in and out. We fold. We breathe in. We come into a high plank. Breathe out. Stay here or come down to the chest. Whichever you want, it's yogi's choice. And then you breathe in, you look up, either in cobra or in upward facing dog. If you're in upward facing dog, don't hit the floor. Really keep about 10 centimeters from the floor and tighten those legs. Yeah. Try not to hang, because if you hang, you're gonna force your lower back. And then when you exhale, you come into a downward facing dog. You stay here for 2 really good breaths. And then on the next inhale, you're gonna come all the way to the front. You exhale, you let gravity do the work. You take a book if it's needed. And then on the next inhale, you come all the way up. Okay, I'm gonna do that again. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come into the high plank. Exhale, stay here. Inhale, come into an upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay here for 2 breaths. And then on the next inhalation, you come to the front. You exhale where you are. And then on inhale, you come all the way up. Okay. To close off the session, we're gonna take a seat. Here again, yogi's choice. So sit whatever is most comfortable for you. If it is a lotus position, cool. If it's not, also cool. Really doesn't matter. You can even sit on your knees or go sit on a chair. The most important thing though is that your back is straight. If you cannot do that by yourself, you can also sit against the wall to really emphasize the fact that your back is straight. You push your shoulders down to really lengthen the back of the neck. It's important because it's something we almost never do. Then we're gonna go on an inhale, rise up. And then on an exhale, our left hand is gonna come to the right, and our right hand is gonna come under it. And we're gonna pull on the right arm to really stretch the left shoulder. We're gonna exhale and then inhale all the way up. And exhale, take it to the other side. Exhale, really push those shoulders down. The next inhale all the way up. Exhale down. And then one more time, just as in the beginning, we're gonna inhale horizontally. Exhale to our hearts. Stop the breath. Hang on the back of your neck to really lengthen the neck. And then inhale straight up. Exhale down. And then you're gonna place your left hand next to you. And on an inhale, you're gonna straighten the right hand to really stretch the right the right side of your body. You can even bump it a little to really feel the stretch. Now on the next inhale, we're gonna come back to center. Breathe out. And then on an inhale, we're gonna take it to the other side. Try to really feel that stretch. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, you're here. And then on an inhale, we're gonna thank ourselves for being here, for taking this time. And I want to thank you for taking the time with me, and I will see you next week. Namaste.